All right, thank you so much for staying with us on Daybreak Africa. As you know, it's Entertainment Friday, and we have our guest on standby, and we shall be talking about growth of gospel music in Nigeria. And to talk about this is Samuel David. Welcome to Daybreak Africa.
Good morning.
So nice to have you.
It's good to have you here.
Good morning, Good morning.
Okay, so like Lolade already said, we're talking about the growth of gospel music in Nigeria. And I think the first part I want to take the conversation from is the monetary aspect, and that's because we've had why are people laughing now? Is it not don't you guys like money?
You didn't even ask him why he chose gospel music in the first
we
place.
Ask him. Money is very important. Even the Bible says money is the will of the gospel. So what are you talking about? Okay. Okay, let me be calm so it doesn't look like
I don't get. Let's know our guests.
As a gospel artist, okay, tell us why gospel music? When did you start? Like, since how many years have you been into gospel music, and what have you done so far?
Okay, thank you so much for this great privilege. I started gospel ministry, call it ministry. I started it in 2014.
Wow. That's almost 10 years.
Yeah, almost 10 years, yeah. My church back then, where I grew up. So, started as a church boy, started as someone that leads praise and worship in just my church.
Okay.
So before people from outside now saw me on a church platform, and they were like, we can invite this guy to our church also. So I think from one church, so I started getting invitation. So that was how I started. And in 2019, I was able to release a worship track, whereby I titled it Efata, that's Be Open. So, and it goes viral, people downloaded it, and recently, this year I released another one. That one is a praise song, called it Obstacle Crusher. And it was January 15, it was released January 15, and people have started.
Okay, tell us, are you more of a Yoruba gospel artist or English gospel artist? And I also have a question about something you mentioned. You said it's ministry.
Ministry.
So I want to be clear on that one. But before we talk about that, are you more of a Yoruba artist or English? Or
mixed.
Okay.
Igbo. We had Igbo. Based on where anywhere we're being invited to come and minister, You look at the atmosphere, there are some churches that is only strictly Igbo.
Oh, the kind of congregation you want to be. Okay.
So it determines what we are going to pull. If you go to a Yoruba settings and you start singing English songs, it might not flow with them.
Especially when they are
like all this also that's
like CSC,
apostolic.
What is the meaning of that?
Nothing.
Are you sure you are not attacking?
Nothing.
I will have you arrested. Okay.
I can relate actually. When we were growing up, I grew up from a CSC background, and when we were growing up, and then they invite one man that was
you just start looking at him like, hello. Can you just give us that apostolic comfort?
So I can relate. Okay, let's talk about like Rachel said, you can still ask your monetary question, but there's something I want to ask. You talked about ministry. You said ministry. Now, is it that there are so many gospel artists out there that they invite to places and all of that? Is it that what if you are invited and you don't get paid, and they tell you, God bless you, thank you for coming, and all
exactly what I wanted to ask about the ministry aspect, because we've heard some gospel artists, there's been issues about, especially when it comes to this getting paid, this monetary aspect of gospel music, there has been issue about it, and I can tell you for a fact that there are maybe you can hardly find 3 churches. If you count 3 churches that will agree on the same thing when it comes to monetary aspect of gospel music. So please respond to that question.
Thank you very much for this question. When I just started, I wasn't after money. It was what they gave to me as an appreciation that I do take. That was when so some churches then, when I just started, will tell you God bless you. And when I just started, let me say I don't have team then that works with me.
Okay, there was no band.
There was no. I just have like 2 of my friends, and which they can understand anything that comes out. So to a point, we now see it as if most churches do take these things for granted. You know, you coming to your church, I'm not staying beside the church. I'm not residing beside the church. And some churches, they don't see it as something that is, they're like, you are working for God.
I think in CAC, the Apostolic Church, and many of these Orthodox churches, they say it's Ishaolu, and especially they'll tell you it's God's work. It's God's work. Like you're not supposed to.
Most of the time, that was what they used to say. And when we now start having team, 11-man team, and you know, you are the one that you said God called you to start the ministry, and you know you called them also to join you. So it will not be proper whereby after coming from their home, after all the rehearsals and all that, going for a program, and you know I now tell them that place they say God bless us. You know God has already blessed us. She gets God has already blessed us.
But
money answers all things, and for ministry to grow, it involves money. And I don't know, God blessed me to the extent that most of my team members, they don't stay close. Maybe they still, like, I don't know how to just
very far away from
everybody comes from different parts of the states.
So I don't know that. Even if someone leave, maybe went to school or traveled whereby we cannot reach that person, when we are bringing in another person, I don't know, it will just be someone that comes from far.
Wow.
So,
but even if you guys stay together, let's say you guys even stay together in the same house, you still have to journey to wherever the event is. And then there's also the place of rehearsals, like he said, because you see many of these choristers or do I say band members, they spend time.
And even all these equipment that they use, you actually rent it.
You rent it for rehearsals and all of that.
Go for studio rehearsals, and you know, studio almost they have almost everything you need.
So you have to
pay for the service. So that is where we can actually get those money from, for us to become better, to improve on what we're doing. We still need money.
Okay, so apart from music, what other things do you do? What other things
I do business. I do buying and selling. I work in the computer village, because like I said the other time, a customer. So I do business, sell phones and.
Okay.
Let me start advertising that.
Okay. Typical Lagosian and typical all of us in Nigeria.
Everybody has to
because the situation in Nigeria now, you can't stick with one thing and think that.
Yes.
Even
everybody has to
like you are not serious. You still need like 2-3 side hustles before you can put everything together. Now let's talk about the growth of gospel in the music in Nigeria. Do you think that the gospel music industry right now is allowing young stars, upcoming artists to grow? Is there space at the top? Like one of the gospel artists sang one song, she said they said there is no space at the top, something like that. So do you think that the space in the gospel music industry now, can it accommodate people? Are the leaders or the forerunners, the people in front already, are they allowing others to grow?
Yeah, let me say gospel artists, those we are looking at the top, as our mentors and so on. Some of them, it's not all of them, some of them once people coming behind them to also grow. Why some of them doesn't allow? Okay, for instance, now maybe I want to host a program, a gospel program whereby okay, I need to call to invite another gospel, someone that is higher than me in the ministry. You know, most of them they usually say they are not available, and some of them will even tell you what is your budget, what is your plan. Talking of that monetary aspect now, and we that is just coming up, you know, we are still gathering some momentum, gathering some money to put things together. We've not gone to that peak. So I was expecting, like I said earlier, I said it's not all of them, but it's just few of them whereby by not even accepting your offer, accepting to your invitation, by that I don't think they want that person to grow, because you know they are already at the top, and you know inviting them can also make people to now know you through them. Because already they have followers, and you know tagging them to your program can also bring people to you. Like of recent, we did a program in a church, and it's a youth program. We just did it normal, and they did normal phone video. And to my greatest surprise, I was just being called. 3 bars called me that Yaba left online, showing you guys on stage whereby we sang a song. Nobody say I did Praiz. Now God, I did. So we are now displaying. You know, we are displaying on the altar. And eventually, we closed the service, just doing after service, and that thing now went viral. From there, I got some followers because I was now like, is it because?
But then, as an artist, do you think if you had the opportunity to grow as high as some of these gospel artists, are you willing to bend to not repeat what you think they're doing now?
Let me be sincere.
Because the reason why I'm asking this question is you said something about what pastors think or what some churches think about not giving artists money. They do not want to understand. And if you're expecting the churches to understand you as an artist, don't you think that you should also understand these big artists too?
Yeah. Like, let me use myself as an example.
Okay.
If I'm inviting a big artist, I would have known his official honorarium, official
Praiz.
They don't call it Praiz really, but then bill.
Okay. No, but let's start that conversation.
I would have known the official amount that, you know, most of them use this manager. You get to meet them.
Or agents.
So that official, you know, the way they charge, the way church will pay an artist, it's different from the way an individual will pay an artist. Because individual is just like a colleague in the industry. I believe church is a people that makes church. So now if I'm inviting someone older than me in ministry, then it means if it's collecting 400, then I need to be paid 250 or 200. That's half of the money. And if that person is still now saying it's too small, then we stop there and shift around. So it's not that like me or now, I don't talk about other people, like me that I'm still upcoming. I package an honorarium, package an honorarium for either an upcoming like me or someone that is older than us.
Because you understand.
And even before they come, I will have tell them this is what we are able to afford. So that if you have 15 guys team, you will know, okay, let me just go with
3. Let me just even go alone. I mean, we've seen some gospel artists do that.
Because he's just giving me transportation. So I will have told the person that we are inviting for the program. He or she would have been aware for him or her to say, oh, I will be charged or I will not be charged.
So basically what you're saying is communication is very important.
Key. Still talking about the growth. Over let's say over the years now, we've seen some gospel artists who collaborate with secular artists. Back when we were still young, we didn't really have that this thing. It was just strictly gospel, strictly secular. That can never meet.
Okay, that seem to not, because they don't, it's like they've met now.
They have met now, of course. But then it seemed like it was not going to happen. But now we've seen some that are already collaborating. Not now, you know, we still have some secular artists that they still sing songs that are
just inspirational
and all of that. But people term them as secular artists. Now we've seen gospel artists who collaborate with them and then bring out a very good music. What's your take on? We still have some people who backlash the gospel artists that why is she or he, why did she do that or why did he do that? What's your take on that?
Well, basically, if you had an opportunity to collaborate with tomorrow, would you? Or do I say Johnny Drill?
Or should I say?
Let's use Johnny Drill so that it doesn't look like.
Yeah, Johnny Drill is still
Or Simi.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That question is tough. No, but if that opportunity, that's the reality. That's the reality. Because there was a time that
the reason why I made that example is because if we just ask that what do you think about it? Yeah. It's easy to say no.
No, okay.
But sometimes when you put the possible reality in front of the person.
There was a time that Adekunle Gold collaborated with this Shola Alison, and there was a lot of backlash then. Yeah. But then they still made good music. You understand? So would you?
That one is even better because Shola Alison is still a little bit here and there. She sings love songs sometimes, and then sometimes she does gospel. Well, there was a time we had Kirk Franklin in the US. I think he sang a song alongside Rihanna or something. Yes, I'm serious. I think it was Kirk Franklin and Rihanna. There was a particular gospel artist in the US that sang. Carrie Underwood also sang with Rihanna. So when you hear stuff like that, how does it feel and what do you think about it, basically?
In Nigeria, you know.
Nigeria, I like that stuff.
Yes, no, before and there was Kenny St. Brown. If you remember Kenny St. Brown, she sang with these songs. She sang this Alayemi song with one of these rappers, and there was also Ike Dairo and the rest of them. Just please go ahead.
You made an instance the other time about Kirk Franklin, and you know, at that side now in the diaspora, I don't think. I'm just suggesting. I don't think they really.
Take it serious.
Like us in Nigeria. If it were me, you know, I can't just fumble now because I've not have that opportunity. But humanly speaking, me, I will still like I want to pray. But do I need to even pray?
Do your beliefs even align?
So I will. I can't go for that because I've deviated already. I've deviated already. You know, if I said I'm running a ministry, and that's why I used to go for parties also, but that hyping people, that singing those repertoire songs is what I don't know how to do. So even if I have any engagement, any ceremony, I call people that knows how to do it. To join
because that's what is trending now.
So I think that's
what's trending now. You hear a gospel music, a gospel artist singing, but then I think it's kind of makes the song a bit.
Someone said something sometime. He asked this question on social media that why is it that they don't invite gospel artists to wedding parties? And someone said, no, you can't divide, the alignment is not aligned.
It's different.
It's just different. So you can't just come on my wedding day, you want me to be dancing, praise God, hallelujah.
Whether your friends will come
on.
Even if you are a church person, your friends that will come also.
Yes, even if they are Christians, that moment, I feel people just want to vibe and all of that. And it just gives it that different
all right, so I just do the praise part. You know, there are always a praise part in any occasion. Just do the Thanksgiving part, the praise part. Then the other, everybody wants to dance. The other person will, and I'll still be there. It's not that I will leave the place. I'll still be there. So.
Okay, very quickly before we go, what advice do you have for other upcoming artists who are looking to just get better by the day?
Yeah.
Very briefly.
Yeah, my advice for them is that this gospel ministry, or I don't know what other people call it, but this gospel song, gospel music is not a competition. It's not a talent hunt. I used to tell them that call me Oga, where I don't usually accept here. So I used to tell them that if I go for a program and a gospel artist has sang so many songs, and it won't mean I will not sing. I will not still sing songs. I will sing because we are not. It's not a talent show. It's not that we are competing. So he might sing that same song. I might sing it, and the Spirit of God might move. So you get.
Okay.
So it's not a competition. I used to tell them, don't this guy. Okay, he sang this one. Me, I will even sing more than him. No.
That means the Spirit is not involved.
It's not involved. It's human.
Thank you so much for that. I think that's my own take home for today, and that's a very, very important.
Don't be in competition with anybody whatsoever.
Usually it's unhealthy, and before you know, you will find yourself depressed. That's very good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Praiz. All right, viewers, that's how far we can go on this segment of Daybreak Africa. We're going to quick break now. When we return, Daybreak continues. Stay with us.